Hello, dear friends. You are welcome to my channel, Welding Education. Well, in today's talk, I'm going to deliver some informations on basic consideration in welding of nickel-based alloys. Well, nickel is less fluid, as we know. It is not as fluid as stainless steel or steel. So, penetration is less with nickel alloys. So, increasing the welding current will not increase the penetration. So it is recommended that thickness of the root face should not be greater than 1.5 mm in TIG butt welds. So in the weld design, we are most of the time going for less root face thickness. In case of precipitation hardening alloys, we need a closer control of welding process variables because there is possibility of aging and formation of refractory oxides during welding, particularly nickel oxides. They form during welding and before in causing some inter-run fusion problems and oxide inclusion problems. We'll see in our subsequent slides. Welding processes for nickel and nickel alloys. With regards to arc welding processes, SMAW is least recommended. Otherwise, it is flux covered electrode are available with titanium, aluminum, niobium to minimize risk of porosity and cracking. But most of the time, gas shielded process like GTAW, GMAW are used, and argon helium or argon hydrogen mixtures may be used as a shielding gas, and but back purging is recommended to avoid porosity. Submerged arc welding is restricted to solid solution alloys because there are also problem of porosities and it is less recommended. Regarding the joint preparations for welding nickel, so even with less thickness, filler metal is necessary because to avoid fusion problem, because nickel is less fluid than stainless steel or steel. So, and second problem is high thermal conductivity than carbon and alloy steel requires attributes greater difficulty in fusion. So, and to minimize fusion problem, joint should be designed with wide angles. Particularly, you would see that 60 to 80 degrees angle are groove angle are recommended to join the wide thickness materials. So here in this case there are two designs are recommended, and temporary backing is also recommended because material has high thermal conductivity, so we have to control the distortion at the time of welding. Shielding gas selection and welding process parameters. As I have told you, SMAW and SAW are not recommended due to weld metal porosity, and particularly the before welding oxide of the nickel, which is very adherent and having a very high melting point 2090 degrees Celsius, is to be removed before welding by means of grinding, abrasive blasting, or pickling procedures. Because if they are not removed during the welding process at the welding temperature, the fusion temperature of 1350 to 1400, there will be problem of intermittent fusion or incomplete fusion and penetration. And oxide inclusion in weld metal particularly result in a multi-pass welds and generally lack of fusion due to oxide inclusions. So these oxides of nickel are to be removed during the multi-pass welding. Here the comparison of joint design is given for steel and nickel alloys. It is from the book Kaiser 1988 version. So left hand side is a steel, right hand side is a nickel. So you would see that for a autogeneous mode 3.2 mm for a square bed configuration, we are going to prefer less thickness for nickel base alloy for 2.8 mm because it is less, because there are penetration problems. Secondly, for to some thickness groove angle we are going for the wider groove angle and less root face thickness. For steel we can go up to 1.6 to 2.4, but for we go for the lower side 1.6 mm with nickel base alloy. For U group configuration, included angle for steel, for stainless steel we go for a 7 to 9 degree, but we go for the wider included angle in case of U group configuration. So we go for these joint designs for nickel alloys to avoid fusion problem and penetration problems. Where in this chart there are filler metal selection, they are covered under AWS A5.14 specifications and BSE and ISO 18274 specifications, ranging for alloy pure nickel, nickel copper alloy, pure nickel ERNI1, for alloy copper ERNICU, for monol material, for nickel copper alloy 400, for nickel chromium alloy bright alloy S mnemonic 75, nickel chromium iron alloy 800, ERNS ERMO3 and Inconel 625, alloy 600 very popular grade, ERNS ER3 Inconel 82, alloy 718 Inconel 718, nickel chromium and molybdenum alloy 625 Inconel 625 matching filler metal is available, ERNI CRMO3, and for Hast alloy C22 ERNI CRMO10 and nickel molybdenum Hast alloy B2 grade ERNI MO7 or Hast alloy B2. So these are some filler metal selection charts, and these are the references I have used to make this presentation. Hope this presentation is useful to you, and in upcoming presentation I'll be covering some insights into the filler metal selections in depth. So hope you enjoy watching my YouTube channel Welding Education. Thank you for watching.